Good morning. Happy Monday. Dr. Crystal here with your Monday motivational moment. Today, guys, I just wanted to follow up with what I talked about yesterday on the Coffee with Crystal podcast. And, that's where we talked about the lies we tell and why we tell those lies, what motivates us, the self fulfillment that we get from telling lies, how it's tied into our fight or flight syndrome. When we feel that we're backed against a wall, we tend to tell lies. But with everything that's going on in society today, the pull to be the best, the pull to never let them see you sweat, the pull to always present yourself as though you're 100, don't show any weaknesses. I just wanted to double back and just touch upon those things and, share with you guys again the the scriptures that went along with what I talked about on yesterday. So, if you recall, I shared the story about an interview that I'd seen back in 2013 with Lance Armstrong when he was talking about the performance enhancing drugs and that whole episode that came out. And when he was asked, "But did you cheat?" his response was no, no, I didn't cheat. But he didn't feel he cheated, although he went against the rules of his sport. But of course, he went on in that interview to state that he felt had he not utilized those drugs, he never would have won those consecutive medals, right? So then, of course, I was thinking about that because of everything that's going on in politics, everything that's going on with COVID-19, how we don't know what's true anymore. We don't know what's real anymore. It just depends on what side you're listening to and who you believe in that moment. So, just to share the three things that I talked about yesterday, three of the reasons why I believe that we lie. And one is because of acceptance, right? We lie because we want to fit in. We want to be like the next person. If you're on the job, you want to be accepted by your peers, you want to be accepted by your friends, you want to be accepted by the world. That's one of the main reasons why people lie. And in a study that was done, it actually showed that within a 10-minute conversation, people tell at least 2.9 lies within a 10-minute conversation. But Second Peter chapter 1 verse 13 tells us his divine power has given us everything we need for godly life through our knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and goodness. So with Jesus, we have everything. Christ has given us everything that we need. So there's no need for us to feel that we need to be accepted by the world. So I would like to encourage you guys, one, hang on to that. Hang on to the fact that you are already accepted. You don't need to lie and scheme and cheat to be accepted. Secondly, we lie out of fear, right? As humans, whenever we are backed into a corner, that fight or flight comes out of us. It just automatically kicks in. And oftentimes we decide it's better out of fear to lie as opposed to telling the truth and dealing with whatever that consequence may be. However, again, with scripture, Second Peter chapter 1 verse 7 says, "For the Spirit of God has given us, does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." So the spirit that God has given us, it does not make us timid. We should not be fearful. It's given us power, love, and self-discipline. And then Psalms chapter 56, verses 3 through 4 go on to say, and this is one of my favorite passages, but it says, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise, in God I trust. I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me?" And that is so true, and it is so comforting. When we're trusting in God and when we're trusting in his word, there's really nothing that mere mortals can do to us because at the end of the day, we're all humans. So I encourage you to not be fearful. And then the third reason that I believe people tell lies kind of goes back to the acceptance piece, but it's the desire to please people. You know, we may see a need and we want to meet that need, but it may not even be within our scope to meet it. But we still want to have a say in saying, yeah, I helped out with that. I helped to meet that need. But again, Matthew chapter 5, verse 37 tells us all you need to say is simply yes or no. And that's where I will park today for our motivational moment. Yes or no. Two simple words, yes or no. Yet they can be some of the hardest words in the English language to say. And that's because we don't want to let people down. You know, we say yes when really we know we can't do it. Sometimes we're fearful to say no because, we feel that, oh, maybe they won't like us. Maybe they won't be my friend anymore. Maybe I won't get that promotion. But guys, you have to love yourself enough, first of all, to not succumb to that pressure. Let your yes be your yes. Let your no be your no. And tap in to yourself. Really get to know yourself. And when you're feeling as though you're being pulled to lie, pay attention. When you're in the middle of a conversation and you feel, oh, wait, I'm exaggerating. That really didn't happen that way. Ask yourself, as you reflect on that conversation, what made you feel you needed to take the story the extra mile? Ask yourself, were you fearful? Were you afraid that you were going to lose something with your reputation? Were you going to lose a friend? Did you not want to face the consequences had you simply told the truth? Really begin to be in tune with yourself. So, for today's motivational moment, I encourage you as you move forward to let your yes be your yes and let your no be your no. Have confidence in you and all of the things that you're able to do and fully present your true, authentic self to the world without fear of being judged. So again, this has been Dr. Crystal with your Monday Motivational Moment. I hope you guys have a great week.